Hello, hello. Okay, perfect. Well, looks like everything is working now. Sorry about the little delay there. It looks like my mic wasn't quite on. Anyway, welcome back to the NightQuest server. I am very excited to show you guys the progress that we made here. So last time I had cleared out the floor area all the way across here. I'm trying to think where exactly I got to, but I got down a level. I put the cobblestone underneath the glass, and it looked awesome. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that right now. I loved this as a floor. Having the mixture of cobblestone and glass, like it just looks really nice, you know, mixed in with the bedrock. But, and this is a big but, I had a problem where the iron golems were wanting to spawn in on the bottom here. Although, guess what? Just my luck, they still are. Although this did slow them down quite a bit. So I went ahead and made this villager trading hall. Let me hurry and eat so I don't have that going anymore. Anyway, I went ahead and made this villager trading hall, moved all the villagers that I had in the tower up above, brought them down here, and also filled it in with some more. So I had to add some farmers and the clerics, some of the armors and toolsmiths and stuff. Anyway, I have it all set up now, and these guys, almost all of them, there's all but 2, which would be 23 in total, can trade iron for emeralds. And so started just slowly turning a bunch of iron into emeralds so that I can one day not have to do that anymore and have way more trading kind of stuff than I need. Anyway, so if I go ahead and let's go ahead and go on back up here. As well, I also switched all these guys over to be stonemasons in the farm. Originally, it had it kind of mixed up, but then for some reason, the stonemasons are just so much more reliable. And so even though not all of the pods are working right now, I guess I'm calling them pods, these little things that hold the villagers. Even though they're not all working, I have probably about half of them working right now, when before I only had 2 there and 2 there that were the original ones. And so it was only about 3 were the max that were working at a time. So anyway, I got this working. I guess I should go ahead and show you guys the amount of drops that we've gotten here. So all this iron, so I had 5 shulkers worth of iron blocks, as well as all the way up into this chest right here. So I'm about 1/3 of the way full on this storage. And the little item sorter that I was talking about with the mob dropper is actually what I'm going to be using. It actually built in just a super simple setup over here just to take care of all the iron farm drops. So everything feeds off, goes into this dropper here. It sends it up into here, and the item sorter is hooked up, and it's actually this thing right here, this collection of 5 blocks. There's a repeater, a comparator, 2 pieces of redstone, so super simple. And this hopper right here is the important one, the one that feeds into the comparator. This one, when you put it into the comparator, it always stays set up like this. When other stuff comes in, it will fill in this first one and then work its way on down. There tends to be 1 piece there, but they all the iron basically feeds down into this chest and then down in the sorting system. All of the flowers, like any of the poppies that are in here, you can see they pass on through. They go over to this other water stream system, and let's go ahead and I'll fly on out. I also removed the old iron farm, the one that wasn't working up here, so this whole top area is clear now. So it's very nice. Anyway, the dragon, I will be working on that soon as well. I found a little a little dragon statue that I had from when I was younger, and I'm going to kind of be modeling stuff off of that. I just had a hard time getting the 3D version in my mind, so I kind of decided on that. But anyway, so the extra poppies actually feed up into this system. So all that I did here is I already had the bulk sugarcane coming over into here. And now the poppies, hope you just barely saw one there, they get sent into this same thing that was already feeding in from the sugarcane back up in and get turned into bone meal. And as far as I know, the last time I was over here, I was somewhere around here with bone meal, maybe a little bit lower. I have since removed some, so anyway, I think that's that lower one, but that's still quite a bit of bone meal there. And I have some other stuff that I'll be doing with skeletons in the near future. But yeah, so definitely a lot of big progress on my base. You know what I just realized? I don't technically have a way out of here at the moment. So I'm just going to break that. I removed all this stuff. This is where I had my villagers for trading earlier. I decided to convert this whole one into a storage for other stuff. And I'm probably also going to throw in some other farms, like some of the villager breeder type farm. I'm probably going to be throwing a few of those in there. I also went and got some acacia wood, so you can see I have the tree farm going a little bit again. Anyway, so the mob dropper though. This mob dropper, I've had it turned off a while. I had it converted over to creeper and spider drops. So those are the only two that will be able to spawn. And I wanted to get an item sorting system set up over here, but I hadn't understood exactly how to do that. And the other little thing that I had going was that we have a guy on the stream that's much better, or not on the stream, sorry, on the server that's much better at redstone. And so I had contracted him, and he's been really busy and hasn't been able to. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Now while I'm thinking about it, I do need to go get one last little thing of materials before we can start this, because I need the just the stuff that goes into the sorter, the item sorter, to get that going. So we'll just go ahead and grab a stack each of bone meal, all the spider eyes, and string. Now I'm not really worried about putting everything in there, because once I get this going, I'm going to have more than enough of these 3 items. Now, spider eyes, they come at a much lower rate. And so, honestly, I don't know if I'll be getting a whole lot. So I'm not going to be building as big of a storage. I think I'll put it more of like a little end piece off of the string. But anyway, let's go ahead and remove this stuff. And we'll start working out that system. So as far as other things, I've just been, I don't know, I actually did some fishing the other day that was pretty fun. I went with a friend over to a little town called Wellington that's nearby. And this little town, Wellington, like, it's got a pond in it that's the only one in the nearby area that has northern pike in it. We were wanting to do some pike fishing, and for anyone that does any kind of fishing, you'll know this, but pike are basically a predatory fish, which means that they will go after, just making sure I grab everything real fast. Okay, so I'll need these. Repeaters, comparators. That should be it, just that simple. Anyway, so the pike are predatory fish, and they will go after, like, they basically will ambush other fish. And so a lot of times when they're added into a lake, they really devastate the other species of fish in the lake. So I'm just trying to think of where I want to run the output from the dropper here. Okay, we can bring it up a water stream and dump it down in, so I'm just going to go ahead and start putting the item sorters in here somewhere. So we'll need something about like that to pull them all apart individually. Anyway, but I guess as I was saying, is pike are predatory fish, and they tend to wipe out the other species of fish in the lake, which means that, like, I don't know, the other fish, like, so for here, before I go too long on a random story that's probably not super crazy interesting, I'll just say this. So the town where I grew up, I'm from a little town called Blanding in southeastern Utah. And in Blanding, there is a lake called Recapture. Okay, at one point, Recapture had a problem with people letting go goldfish. And goldfish, when you let them go in a pond, they will basically breed and they actually grow substantially larger. They'll eat just about anything. So it makes it really hard to get rid of them once they're in. And so what someone in the town decided, and I don't know who this was, but they decided to put in northern pike to eat off the goldfish. And so actually the very first fish that I ever caught was a goldfish out of Recapture. But by the time I was a teenager, I'd heard of people catching goldfish occasionally, but it was a very, very small amount. So anyway, these goldfish, though, like after being eaten off by the pike, then they're just very, I don't know, like the pike did their job and wiped them out. So a similar thing in this lake. So we went and we're doing our fishing there. And like we were not getting like anything at all. Like it was not a good day for fishing when we started. And so anyway, finally we just decided, like there was a guy that we saw and he was catching like rainbow trout in a net in this tiny little area. And so we're like, rainbow trout, like what in the heck? Like how is he just catching them all in this tiny little net in the middle of like the boat ramp, launch, whatever. Like it was not a normal way to be catching rainbow trout, let's just say that. So anyway, he goes and he catches a bunch, and so finally we decide to just try and fish in that and see if we can catch any of the rainbow trout. And we started catching them like crazy. Like I caught 5, my friend caught 4, it was all within just a little while. And so finally we just decided to go ahead and, you know, call it good there and try and do some other fishing with pike. Like the same guy that had been catching them, he'd cut up on one of the little ones that had died already and was trying to use that to catch the pike on. But so anyway, before we left, we ended up just putting... Okay, you know what? So I think from right here, I'm going to go ahead and bring this out just to light it up. That's actually our sorting system done there. If you're wondering about that, I'll explain how it works here in just a moment. But anyway, so before we left, we ended up just playing around, and I grabbed a stick and put on some parachute cord, and then we had found a little bit of line, so just put a hook on the end of that line that we'd found on the ground. And then we caught a couple more rainbow trout in that little tiny area using power bait. So pretty fun day overall, and that was just here last Saturday. But anyway, now that I'm basically done with that whole item sorter thing, I can explain to you a little bit of what's happening. Not a whole lot though. But basically, so the setup is one that's fairly common for an item sorter. You have the repeater facing in the block, the comparator that's drawing from this hopper. But the real magic though is what happens when I go ahead and put stuff in this comparator here. So what I'll do is I'm going to take the spider eyes, we'll do one across here and then put it down, and you'll see that start to filter through. The string, same thing. Oops, you know what? We don't need all this string here. We want just one in each thing. Why is this? Sorry, I'm messing this up somehow, because this one I... Did I have the comparator in subtract mode? Oh, no, I'm missing a torch to power the hopper. Okay, that was throwing me off just a little bit there. But yeah, I needed to have it powered and I wasn't powering it correctly. That's a very important little redstone torch there. You want the torch to power the hopper so that when the comparator is pulling its signal, it only gets a certain amount. Anyway, now that should hopefully work. We should see this one. My comparators are backwards as well. It's a slight little mistake here. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to do this on stream. And, I mean, these little mistakes are common, but I also... Where did that power off that torch there? Okay, 18, 18, and 18. Cool. Well, we got that working now. So basically these hoppers, because they're filled, they're not going to let any other items in. You can put a, I don't know, like a dirt block or whatever you want in here. As far as I can tell though, my other one I just used iron and it worked totally fine. So now that I have these in place, I need to put in the intake here. And for that, I'm going to need a little bit of a water stream because I want to get this up high. And then I will be pulling out these individually over into their storage areas. So, let's grab... We're just going to start working out the whole layout of this farm here. Or of the storage system. So I was thinking about doing a shulker loader, and that's why I'd asked Dundee to help me out with that, but yeah, like I said, he ended up being busy, not quite having the time, so instead I'm just gonna go ahead and build in another storage system, at least with everything sorted. This should still make things fairly easy for me. Now, okay, I went one from the edge there. I just want to be able to access the back here if I need to. So I'm trying to leave just this gap here, if that makes sense. So that is 7 wide. So how about we go up? I'm going to go at least 5 high. Do you think 35 double chests is enough? I mean, if you want, you could say something in the comments and let me know. I'm trying to monitor the chat as well right now on my second screen here. You know what I am missing? just realized that I didn't have any music going, so how about we go ahead and let's do this real fast. It shouldn't take long for me just to get it going for you guys here. I know my voice isn't exactly the prettiest, so it is nice to have a little something there to help me out. Anyway. Okay, well I'm thinking maybe I'll actually go 6 high with the chests here. So the item sorter, I guess just to kind of talk about that a little bit, I was actually pretty nervous coming in because it's just kind of a daunting thing to make something like an item sorter, right? So, I mean, I was somewhat worried about that, but luckily it's just not as bad as I had been imagining, right? Okay, now the other thing that I'm wondering if I should think about is actually separating those out and just doing one behind each thing. That might actually be a little more efficient. I may scrap that, but that was a good little practice thing. So let's just go ahead and work this out a little bit more. I'm just going to go ahead and make a hopper staircase up to the top here. Okay, that is facing the correct way. When I'm building storage systems that are tall like this, I try and make just a little staircase out of the hoppers, just to make things really easy for me to climb up and get back up to the top of the build. Okay, so basically I'm going to want to go from one end and then bring these down just to make sure that everything fills up appropriately. And that means that I could actually be drawing items from this one right here. Do I do this? Because I want it to look good as well, you know, and so I guess I was thinking about having everything sort out with this here, but the thing that I kind of realize here is just that I'm gonna have to be able to pull off all the stuff, which means 3 separate item elevators and stuff, and really if I just build them by each set, then I won't need that many. But if, for example, we just pull this way, and then like this, so I need a space of 3 blocks behind. So here, if I get out one more, and then do this, then I should actually be able, or no, actually I need 4, shoot. So I'd need to go one more forward here. But then I could build that like that. Then of course I'm going to have one going off here. And then behind this. That's where that would go. And then one more. You know, this is still too far forward. Okay. Sorry about this little delay here, guys. This is only my second time ever playing around with something like this, so I'm still just trying to, you know, pick up on some of the basics here. Okay, anyway. So the repeater was into that block, and we had that with the comparator. It's facing this way. And then a couple pieces of redstone dust. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. I don't think there is. So yeah, with this, I can go ahead and remove this one and this one. That should actually be enough, and then that means I just pull that up a little higher. So yeah, let's go ahead and remove this real fast. Now that I have that kind of worked out mentally a little bit. That's one thing when I'm doing big builds, is you just gotta not be afraid of, you know, moving stuff around later if you decide that something else is gonna look a little better. I think that whole villager trading area probably redid the design on the inside of there 2 or 3 times before I settled on something that I liked. And I'm still kind of disappointed with the carpet in there. I only did the carpet to try and discourage the iron golems, because it turns out that an iron golem can spawn inside a transparent block as long as it's on top of a solid block, which meant that any place that there was cobblestone with the glass above it, the iron golem could spawn. And I didn't really want that happening everywhere, you know. You know, this could actually look pretty good in the end, though. So let's go ahead and do a similar thing as far as the chests are concerned over here. And I did them out a couple... Well, normally I wouldn't stream on a Monday, but my wife, her job will be ending here soon. So I've been a stay-at-home dad for the last while now, because I was dealing with some health issues, and my wife has also been doing a mixture of school and work. And so her school, though, of course the semester's going to end here early December, right? And her job, her boss, so she works at an optometrist's office, is like the reception, and she does the intake, pre-test kind of stuff. Anyway, she seems to enjoy it, which is good, you know, but her boss decided to move up to another opportunity that she had for a job. So I think she's just having a hard time being, because she's like a good optometrist or great optometrist, but I don't think she's the best business person. And so she has one of the Walmart eye care center, whatever things. And I think she was thinking that Walmart was going to do all the advertising for her. And I don't think she quite realized just how much work it was going to be to bring people in herself. And so she ended up not working out with that setup the best and decided to move up to Washington to go pursue a job at, you know, a place that already had the clientele and everything. Which meant that Ashley is going to be out of a job here soon. But her boss is trying to get stuff ready, and I mean the last little while, and she's had a hard time anyway trying to get all her stuff ready. So when it looked like they weren't really going to have much work today, then her boss just went ahead and canceled work today, I guess. Oops, you know what? Okay, that's where the torch has got to go. And then we got a hopper. Oh, this is down too low. This is kind of a frustrating thing to do because I really don't know a ton about this kind of stuff, you know. Oh, I did need to have one down lower though. So I need that block there because that's where the repeater's going to be going. And then I got one here and then two like that. Comparator facing this way, the hopper on top of that. That's what I'm missing on that one, is the hopper facing into the comparator there. I think I've got everything else in over here though. Yeah, anyway, so my wife is off today, which means that I actually had a little bit of time because she can help with the kids, which is nice. You know, I enjoy being with the boys, but it is nice for me to get a little break every so often as well. Man, if I built in... Because the thing is if I do overflow storage, I'd probably push it into the corners here. So I'm going to leave that corner open. That corner is going to be filled up. Which means that actually maybe I should go over to this side and do it. And then I can have spider eyes in that one, string in this one, and gunpowder in this one, and then just build the overflow into the corners. But then I can leave that setup all the same. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm hoping that I have enough materials here with me. Did I have more? Oops, no. Okay. So as far as the server, I think I'm going to talk to Jukes about maybe pulling in some fresh blood again today. We have Little Tom on the server with me right now. He has been very, let me try and think of the word, like proficient or efficient. Anyway, he started less than 2 weeks ago. He's one of the group that we brought in when we had, because we brought in like Stego, Aurora, Little Tom. There's the guy from India that I still haven't seen on yet, but we'll see if he gets stuff worked out. He just... Oh, he's asking if I can sleep. Apparently I'm going to sleep on the ground over here. Nice. Anyway, Little Tom though, he like built a smaller version of an iron farm almost immediately, and he's been doing a lot of work. So we have those new people that we brought in, and he's been a very, very busy one out of that group, I guess. Oh, and then Shastings was also new. Shastings hasn't been on quite as much as I would have hoped. But I think he's also, I mean, people have busy lives, you know, so it's like, it is good to see new people getting on the server though, and some of them like Stego and Little Tom that have been very busy and really been showing a lot of dedication already to their bases and stuff, which is nice. It's been fun for me to go exploring and do some other stuff with some of those new people as well. You know what? Actually, I bet that I have something in here. Yep, there we go. I almost always have plenty of materials saved up in my ender chest. So it's usually not a big concern if I need a little bit of chest or something. Like, I try and make sure I have enough for the project, but you know, there's usually some stuff that you can't really plan. So anyway, we can go ahead and do this. Oh, you know what? I'm doing the wrong side. Needed to come from here back, and then I'll do the item sorter on that far end. So I will be coming back over with droppers as well to put on top of these things. Just because that, I don't really understand why, but it does supply some kind of, you know, these are backwards in my OCDs, and let me do that. Okay. Anyway, they supply some kind of benefit. Not really sure exactly what that benefit is, you know, but okay, let's go ahead and put down that repeater real quick. Oops, and comparator. Sorry if I get slightly distracted while I'm doing this, guys. Oh no, sounds like Parker took a fall. Sometimes just thinking of what to say and everything and trying to keep a conversation going is a little bit much while trying to do this kind of stuff. I feel like I'm getting better at it though. But you know what, I should check the ends just to be sure as well in case anything dropped in. Okay, so I said this one was going to be gunpowder here. And then we'll have string and then spider eye. And I think I will go ahead and just build in a ridiculously large storage area for all of this. Just because I'll probably turn it on and then just leave it going for the foreseeable future. It's got... Did I forget to put on that torch? Of course, it's only on this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and make sure that that's going. Those torches, man, they get you. Okay, and the string. That wasn't too horrible having to rebuild those either. I feel like that was good practice for me to then go through and do this all again. And of course the spider eyes, and this is going to be way more storage than I'm ever going to have spider eyes, I think. I really don't think we're going to use all this, so this will probably turn into the unofficial, like, random crap storage when I'm in here. Anyway, so then item elevator to bring this stuff in. I think what I'll go ahead and do actually is put the item elevator within hoppers on the floor. Now the nice thing about this, oh, did I have it turned on for a bit? I think this was before I'd gotten it fixed, so I turned it on just to show someone, and so that's why I have like some bones and stuff in my inventory. Okay, so the direction on all this isn't really all that important. And so I think I'll probably actually come out the front here. And basically, I'm going to just put it down in the floor, which means I'll just be coming down this way. Now I really only need to be doing this, and then we'll pull it across this way and put it so there's two each going in here. Hopefully this won't overwhelm the hoppers, but there is that 12-second delay in between when it goes. So this should be fine for everything to clear out in time. Okay, cool. Wow. It's amazing how fast those hoppers work. Or wait, or no. No, I do want it in the floor so that I can walk over it. So we'll just have to put a little bit of a hole in the ground over in here somewhere. Should I come one over? Okay, it's gonna need... Okay, well we can work this out. I'm actually gonna hurry and check for random bits of stuff that are down below. Okay, so let's see. Let's grab those. I'm gonna need a dropper. And right now I'm just trying to think of the way that the dropper needs to face. I think I can actually do just fine putting the dropper facing this direction into a water stream here, and then we can loop that over easy enough. That means that we need to have a little depressed area right here. Or I'm gonna need to put some solid blocks. Oh no, is that dolphin gonna be messing me up? Dolphins are nice fish, but they can be very annoying if you are losing building blocks to a dolphin swimming around. Anyway, I don't think we've dropped anything too important down there. I'm just gonna drop a little bit of light down here too, just because. Okay, so anyway, this item elevator is a very... let's just say it's a build that I've done quite a bit, and so I'm very familiar with it at this point. This is just a comparator here, repeater into a solid block. It has to be a solid one next to the dropper. And then just your 6 pieces of redstone dust. And now I'm gonna grab some ice and some... oh, we don't need the kelp because we're using ice blocks. And then I just need some glass, which I do have. Although, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for a little bit nicer of a look, and instead of using just plain glass, I'm gonna go grab some gray glass. Get a little bit of a solid color going there. And I think I probably need a little bit more of it as well than what I have. Oh, maybe not, a couple stacks should be fine. Okay, where's my glass? Let's use this light gray here. Okay, and you know what, since I'm right here, I'm just going to drop these bones in so that I can get those out of the way. I'm hoping that there aren't any bones in the... skeletons shouldn't be able to spawn. I'll have to see. I'll put the hopper chain that drops stuff off a little bit past, and then we'll know if there are bones because they'll end up in the end there. So anyway, right here, fairly simple task. We need to go ahead and put in a temporary block right there for the moment. That's just gonna be replaced when I put in the soul sand, but I need something to be able to build the ice on for the moment. And then we can just pull this up, and we'll just make a water elevator up to the top here. And we just want to get up to the height of this hopper here, and then go up one. So that means 2. And then with this hopper here, we're going to need to go to that one and kind of pull around. The only thing that I'm wondering though is if I should do water streams instead. Do you think that the hopper is going to be able to pull everything enough? I'm kind of wondering if it will. So how about instead I just build off like a little section of 3, or how about let's do sections of 5. So that way the items come up here, they can go across, and they'll have 5 chances to get sucked down in. Oh wait, no, that's a bad idea. Okay, yeah, actually, you know, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and just grab some more hoppers. How many more hoppers do I have? I have plenty. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, but I just realized something a little bit later than I should have. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put in a chest here to pick up any of the extra stuff. And then we can go ahead and we'll just start working our hoppers all the way around. And so I think when I get off the end here, I do one and then start alternating it a little bit just so I can get that corner going. I'm going to have to light this place up too. Okay, did I say I started that? Just... Okay, so it was 2... That should be one more here, and I'm in line again. I believe so. Yep. Okay, cool. So basically the items are going to come up through and they'll just go through these hoppers here. I'm going to have to sacrifice having a few more hoppers just to make sure that everything goes through and works out correctly. The lighting here, let's just go ahead and do sea lantern off the back side there. I might change up how this looks a little bit, but basically the items will come on up and then get pushed over to here. The ice now, we can go ahead and build up. And the special thing with ice, I guess it's kind of a special case when you're doing this, because it needs to have a solid block underneath it for it to make a water source, otherwise it will just disappear. So by doing this, I should have a full thing of water sources here. And I can just block this off to make sure that nothing exits this stream. And then do I have some soul sand in here? Oh, here's some soul sand. So yeah, just a little bit of soul sand. We'll just put this on the bottom here. Oh, you know what? There we go. Let's make sure that I have something to put this on. Eventually I'm going to be removing this water too. But anyway, see all the items come through here. And for example, okay, I have 40 there. Excuse me, 40 there. And 27 there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some stuff into this hopper chain here and you'll see. So we should end up with more than 40 on those two. And then the redstone dust, just as an example that it's not going to end up in the system, we should end up with 22 by the time we're done here. So hopefully this is working. Anyway, let's go ahead and I'm going to put this away. Go ahead and put these back because I think we're actually done with them for the time being. Just pop any extra supplies I have. I'm just going to have to get all this redstone supply chest mixed back in with this one eventually. So for the moment I'm not quite at that point. I don't think, because I don't want to move anything until I know what's what. Which one did I put that stuff in? Okay, so it's gone. We'll give that a moment longer and then we'll check this. Well. I guess with what I was saying with this, is now I can go ahead and, if I want to, I just remove that end hopper, and I can put out longer bits of storage here. So I'll probably do that eventually for the corners here, and then it will just kind of be like a big U-shaped storage. Anyway, let's see if we're almost done here with that redstone. Okay, cool. So we should have... We got some extra bits of gunpowder there, but only 22. Do we have any other random things that it's gone to? Looks like we got pretty much almost all of the string there. Here we still only have that. I wonder if that means that stuff got passed though. That doesn't quite add up, does it? So I wonder if that means that stuff is getting stuck in here. There's a piece in there. Oh, then pieces in the hoppers as they go down. I didn't realize that that one was keeping some, but I guess it is powered by that because I didn't put it down one. Which means that the other ones are going to be doing a similar thing there. That's not the worst thing in the world though. So yeah, we'll have some gunpowder there. I am curious as to where all that extra, because didn't I put 2 full stacks of gunpowder in there? Oh no, it is there. Okay, cool. It looks like it's actually working then. So now I'll do some beautifying of this later once I kind of get this planned out a little more. I'm just trying to get the bones in right now. I'll also go ahead and add some droppers over top of that hopper chain that goes all the way around, and we'll get that lit up for sure. Do I have, how many more droppers do I have? Let's go grab, I'm gonna go grab another thing of droppers just because I know that I have some in here and I don't want to remove all the ones from my redstone chest. Just grab a couple of those and flying back over. It's kind of crazy that I have a base big enough that I can fly around in, but it does make it fast to move. Okay, I guess we'll pop these back in real fast. Okay, let's hope that doesn't mess up any redstone. I think we're okay. And we'll just pop that in there. There should be an actual corner here. I'll pop one in. And we can put one there. Now, yeah, like I was saying earlier with the droppers, this is just something that I've seen Exumavoid do. I don't really know why it makes a difference. I know that composters also can help a little bit, but droppers are just one of the easier ones to do. And it's supposed to just keep the, so hoppers themselves, if they have an open space above them, they'll always be checking. And so as far as I understand, it's just supposed to help them so that they aren't constantly checking, so they don't lag the server as much. So that's why I am tossing those on there. I am not an expert as to why that is, though. And I don't know, maybe they don't even do a big difference, but if I remember right from one of his videos, then it did seem like they did help. And I want to be not responsible for lagging the server out as much as possible. I have to get streaming on Twitch again. I've thought about that a little bit lately, just because I don't have the biggest viewer base anyway, and it'd be good to try and find some new people. But I also don't have the most amazing mic or an actual place to reliably stream, or a face cam. So I've thought about some of that stuff, I just haven't actually felt quite ready for that yet, you know. So I'll just keep it for my small YouTube channel, and we'll see how much I can slowly grow everything. I didn't know how to think about these hoppers. I guess they're just going to have to suffer being the way they are. And the access to this guy... we'll get something worked out later. Maybe I'll go ahead and actually pull that down into an actual storage thing. But anyway... oh, that's a dispenser. What can I move out of there that I don't really need? How about that extra redstone dust? We'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and let's just see how it works now. Now Little Tom is on the server. It's daytime, so we should start seeing something. I'm not going to go AFK, at least not in this stream. So I'm not going to be able to tell you like how much I get for drops overnight or anything. Hopefully we will start seeing something drop, though. I honestly don't know, though, because you have to be far enough away, and it looks like we've actually been going about an hour as well. Here, you know what? How about let's come up to the best AFK spot and we'll give it just a little bit. It may not be the best time to do this because Little Tom is on the server and I don't know if he's done a lot of caving, so we might just have all the mobs loaded by him. I really don't know. I know that that kind of happened before though, where my mob dropper stopped working until I went and did a bunch of lighting up of the people that were on the server. I just did a little cave lighting party. But yeah, we'll give it a little bit. I also had my creeper farm going just before people started joining, and after we got new people, and that pretty much died out as well. But we'll see, we can give it just a little bit longer here. Just gonna look at the chat again. Doesn't look like we've had any comments. Okay. Let's give this just a tiny bit longer then. And then I think we'll probably go ahead and call it good for the stream here in a moment. Please let me know if you have anything that you're interested in seeing me do. I know that I didn't really go over the whole creeper disc farm build. I might actually, I'm thinking about moving it. I know it's like a big farm, but it only took a couple hours to do everything, and yeah, I'm just trying to get the base, the internals here planned out to where it's going to look good officially. You know, that it will just look really, really good. And that's part of the whole reason why I'm doing the whole quartz thing. Oh yep, there we go. You can see some mobs dropping. See the drops going up in here. And then we should see some more gunpowder coming in. Down here, some more string possibly here in a moment. Or maybe it beat us to the punch. Let's see if there's any spider eyes. Okay, not yet. So anyway, I mean, you saw a little bit. We just got the tail end of some mobs falling down there. So yeah, that's basically what we had planned for today. So, new mob dropper storage system with those little item sorters. These item sorters, I'm very happy with how simple they are. And as well as they've been working for my iron, I haven't had any problems, you know. So we'll just go ahead and leave that on now. I don't have any reason to turn it off. I already converted it so we shouldn't have any zombies or skeletons. Which means that when we AFK here, we should just be getting drops all night long, and we'll go ahead and fill that up. And maybe here in the near future, I will start thinking about doing some other stuff like, I don't know if I can do it for sure, but next time, here, how about I'll start walking over here while I tell you this. Possibly next stream, I might make a new flower farm. I had a little temporary one up there, but I went and found a flower forest just the other day. Actually a little flower forest island that is tiny. And I mean, it's cute because it's like this little flower covered island out in the middle of the ocean. But what I think I'm going to do is completely remove all the trees, flatten it out, spawn proof it completely, and then go ahead and build a nice flower farm out there, and we'll just get tons and tons of flowers. And we'll fill up our ender chest, and maybe I'll start a little dye shop. I know that I've heard people talking about doing stuff like that, but I've given people time and haven't seen anything. So yeah. These guys, just so you know, I put all the books are in here with books to trade, as well as the emerald blocks I'll be distributing. Anyway, I'll thank you guys for stopping by the stream. I hope you're as excited as I am for the progress we've been making here. I still got a lot of work to be doing as far as finishing clearing out all of the land on the inside of here, and also clearing out the water. It's going to be a long project, but we're going to be here for a while, and I just keep on chipping away at it a little at a time, right? So anyway, I am very happy though with the last couple of weeks, the progress with all the iron farm and the new villager trading area. I really like that on the inside. I will be decorating the outside as well once I'm a little bit further along. But anyway, I hope to see you guys again. I'll keep on trying to put out those videos for you guys, and I will see you guys here next time on the NightQuest server. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys later.